are with other people, with the dominant culture. Look what happened to the Chinese around immigration, the Japanese, and now Latinos. This continues. So when it comes to Sunday morning, what happened back then, you would imagine that people of color might feel a little bit uncomfortable worshiping in a congregation at a time when the dominant culture said, you are not equal to me. I do not value you. Yet we gather in the context of a worship setting, and we're worshiping God, whom we say loves everybody. So that's why Sunday morning continues to be the most segregated hour in the week. It goes back, it goes way back. History is so important. History lives on today through the book Michelle Alexander has written entitled The New Jim Crow, where she unveils the pipeline to prison industry. The pipeline to prison industry has slowly gained a lot of traction as people have quietly assessed how many African American males in the second grade there are. Because then they can predict how many private prisons need to be built in the future. Remember, this is a private industry. People are making money. And where are these industries located? Mostly in rural America. So that people in rural America can have jobs, can live lives. There's nothing wrong with that. But what is wrong is counting on human beings to make money. Going into areas like West Baltimore, where Freddie Gray lived, into poor areas and having the police to ramp up what they're doing, to arrest people, to incite fear, where the educational opportunities may not be the same as in other places, to create a pool, create a ready market in urban areas throughout our country. That, my brothers and sisters, is absolutely wrong. So we should strive to dismantle the pipeline. We should strive to find ways to bring equity into communities where those opportunities have been denied. We need to find ways to build self-esteem in communities that have been pressed down, thinking that they're not children of God, not welcome in society, that there are no opportunities. This problem that we have inherited creates shame and embarrassment for some people. But you can't hold on to that because we've inherited it. We were born, each of us are born into a certain time, not a clean slate at all. We're born into a history that is always moving forward, and we're moving forward with it. But the question is, what will we do? What will we do in the small amount of time that we have, the gift of life that God has given us? What will we do to make a difference? Jesus said, I have other sheep that do not belong to this fold. I must bring them also, and they will listen to my voice, so there will be one flock. We are not one flock in this country. We are not one flock in the church. And it's not just about worshiping together, it's about living together in community. It's about respecting the dignity of every human being. It's about looking beyond the actions. When I saw the footage last night of the young man who picked up an object and in Baltimore and threw it in the back, the window of a vehicle. I saw a young man consumed with anger, consumed with hopelessness. His voice silenced to the point that he felt that that was the only way somebody might pay attention, somebody might listen, somebody might make a difference. So in Baltimore City, the mayor is African American, the police chief is African American, the state's attorney is African American. So we might think these things wouldn't be happening in a city like Baltimore because the leadership is African American. But again, we're fighting against a system that is evil. And the sooner we recognize that as people of God, we are fighting against evil, the better off we will be. We don't talk about evil in the Episcopal Church. It's when Sister Evangelism take a back seat all the time. So we have to talk about it and recognize it. Otherwise, our children, the little children who were here earlier this morning, as I watched them go out, and the children who are here today, we're allowing the perpetuation of an evil system for them to live into. We cannot continue to leave such a legacy for young people. So in our lifetime, we're called to look at this and face it and realize, as Jesus said, we know love by this, that Jesus laid down his life for us. We ought to lay down our lives for one another. Jesus gave the commandment that we should love. Command is something we think, oh, I don't want to do that. Command, that seems kind of, I don't want somebody telling me what to do. Command. That's the language that's in the text. So how about this? There's an invitation. Because we all know what it feels like to be loved. You know what it feels like to receive love. You know what it feels like to give love. And how about extending that? Reminding ourselves that love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. Love bears all things, endures all things, believes all things. Love never ends. So let us not be paralyzed by the things that we see on television and the news of what's going on. Let us not be paralyzed and comfortable to live life in our own settings and just worry about what's happening to me and my family and my friends. Let us move beyond that and reach out and find ways that together we can make a difference, because these changes start within. It's not about helping those people, because we are those people. Because we are in this together. And don't be overcome by the complexities of it, because it is evil, it is complex, it hides and appears not to be what it is. Lean into the power of the resurrection. Pick up and carry with you beyond these 50 days that Jesus Christ rose from the dead for you and for me, so that our world, our life, is filled with hope and joy, expectation and anticipation. That when we practice the faith of following Christ, we are different. Those around us are different. Our community is different. The world is different because of Jesus Christ. So I pray that we will take on our challenge today. Pray and believe. Amen.
Amen.